Hey guys, so as we started putting together a proposal for a new digital console there at First Assembly, what we started encountering some issues that I would really like an opportunity to solve for you. One of the primary things that you see here is just there's a lot going on with the old analog console. The console obviously has issues. However, we also have space constraints because we have the amps here on the side and a lot of things going on here. So what we were considering proposing to you guys was something a little bit different. So this is the Yamaha TF1 right here. It is it's only 16 inputs on the back. However, it is expandable via a stage snake for 16 more inputs. And so you can get a total of 32 channels out of this with very minimal desktop space. And very easy to operate. It's a very user-friendly console. Up here, you see fader bank 1 and 2. That's how you would access. You've only got 16 faders here. So to access the other 16, you hit bank 2 and it would switch over. We could have the stage snake be the other fader bank. Now, one advantage that gives us is, I mean, you guys are aware, I know y'all have been in the attic and you've seen the spider web of mic wire. It's all bulk wire. There's no necessarily a bulk snake there. It's all individual bulk cable, and it is a mess. We've tried to kind of contain it and organize it a little bit, but there's just so much Romex in the attic, and there's so much of that cable going so many different directions. To clean everything up entirely, what I would love to do is send all of our stage connections to the console over an Ethernet cable, a nice shielded Ethernet cable. And what that would do is it would eliminate all of that mic wire from the stage to the booth, and it would clean up everything drastically. Now, how that would work is what we would do is we would take our amp rack here and put it in a wall mounted rack in the back behind the stage. Now with the amps mounted behind the stage along with a sequencer, we've got a sequencer in there so that you have a key start. Your key start in the booth, when you turn that on, it powers on the amp rack without having to go back there and do it manually. And but then we put our stage snake, our digital snake, in the same rack with the amplifiers, and we reroute our speaker cable to the amps there. That's not a big deal. The bigger deal is we cut your analog snake off before it comes into the attic and terminate it and bring it into the digital snake box in the back. So what you end up with, we've done this a bunch of times in this conversion, and what you end up with is you end up with your stage connections connected directly into the digital snake box there locally, and then sent via the shielded Ethernet cable to the digital console. So you basically end up with an entirely digital system, except for that short 20 feet, 15 to 20 feet run between the stage connections and the snake box. And so it really makes everything very predictable and clean, and we've just found it to be a really phenomenal solution. Anytime we've ever done a conversion to a digital console, we've tried to work in a digital snake. If there's stage connections, this is the way we handle that, so that you're able to still utilize your connections there. Of course, I know there's some repair that needs to happen with some of those stage plates that we can work on as well. But anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you this is what we've got so far. Is we've got the 16, it says 16 fader mixer, but it's a 40 input digital mixer, very small footprint. And imagine that rack with the amp rack, that's gone. So you have all of that space there as well. And that's $21.99. So that is going to be probably like $1,500 cheaper than the 32 channel version that we were wanting to do, and that gives us the ability to do the stage snake in product. And then of course there's the expansion card for the mixer to get that done. But by just spending just a little bit more, you go with the TF1 with the stage snake, and you get the best of both worlds. So, and then our connectors to convert the existing analog snake over, and our sequencer with the remote control, the rack. One thing I don't have in here yet is the Kramer shielded Ethernet cable for the digital snake connection. They're about $129, I think, for 120 feet. And so we're after tax, we're below 10 grand, which may be busting the budget. But keep in mind that Allen Heath SQ7 that we would normally install 32 channel digital mixer, they're about $6,800, and that's our go-to digital mixer. So by going this route, we're still within that budget as if we would have had proposed that. But I think this works better. For one thing, there wouldn't be any room without, putting the rack with the amps and everything under there. Now it's under your feet. This would just be a much cleaner solution, I think. I don't know if I showed, I don't know if I was showing you this while I was talking or not, but here's what I was saying. The everything here that we were talking about, and then there's our total. So all in all, I think this is a great solution, but I just don't know if it's in the budget. So just let me know. 870-814-0714 or jerry@bensberg.tech. All right. Thanks, you guys.